How y'all doing out there? I want to welcome you back. Welcome some of y'all for the first time to the T-Double-P, the Tremaine Perry Podcast. I'm your host. Some folks call me Trey. Other people call me Tremaine. Who am I? 3-belt Trey. I'm sorry. Who am I? 4-belt Trey. And you know this, man. On the podcast for a 30-minute Q&A episode. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Like this video and the other ones out there. Comment on them. Share with your friends. Follow me on socials. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. And now let's begin. Yeet. What up, Cold Slayer? How you doing? I see you. FaZe, what up, brother? How you doing? What up, fellas? Q&A. Ask, and I might answer. Almost anything. I just finished watching the big game. That was good. My team won. That's all I'm going to say about that one. My team won't even in the game, but the team I was going for won. My team didn't even make it, but the team I was going for in that game won. So let's go. Like I said, I'm only going to be up here for 30 minutes. Top of the hour, I'm done. Khaled, what up? How you doing, bro? Welcome in. Yo, man. Khalil, what up? How you doing? Welcome in. I knew you'd show up. Yeah, Green Day should have been the halftime show, man. Okay, we're all in agreement, so we were all going for the Seahawks then, it looks like. Okay, cool. Good to know. Well, so far, I don't know if somebody else is going to come in probably going for the Patriots. I was going for the Seahawks. Yes, sir. Ask me questions, guys. This is a Q&A episode. Hit me with some questions. Might be one of the worst games I've ever watched. What up, Razor? No, don't do that. Khalil's just a kid having fun. FaZe, let her cook, man. What's the question, Khaled? Hit me. Why you time her out? No, don't time out Khalil. I told you. They got the green light. I wish I could undo that timeout. Khalil, I'm sorry that happened. FaZe, for the record, Dirty Dog, real name is Khalil. Do not time them out. Do not hide them from the channel. Capiche? When did I start making YouTubes? Less than a year ago. March 1st will be my 1-year anniversary of doing this. Good question, Khaled. I appreciate that. April Denise. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in. I knew you'd show up. What up? Don't forget, guys, hit that like button. And don't forget, this is a Q&A episode. Ask me questions, and I might answer them. As long as they're copacetic. Like that one Khaled had. That was a good one. He asked, how long have I been a YouTuber? March 1st of last year. That was my birthday present to myself, going live for the first time. It's all good. That's why I'm telling you now. So if it happens next stream, later on down the line, let her cook. I don't know what you mean by that, Luis De La Rosa. You will return in Avengers Doomsday. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. She did say hello. She said hello first time. Her first comment was hi. And the second comment was answering my question of how she was doing was good. And then she was having fun with that crazy message. And that's when you kicked her. Again, it's okay. Water under the bridge. I just wish I could undo the timeout. All right, April Denise, I'm only going to be up here for 30 minutes, like maybe 24 more minutes and I'm done. Did I meet Mont Dog last year? I met Mont Dog I feel like that was the year before last. Late year before last. I've known him for about 2 years almost now. I think it's going on 2 years. We met at a house show. It was an indie show in Cary, one of the FW shows, 45 Wrestling Entertainment. I feel like that was the night that Chavo Guerrero was the main person at the show. Either him or Ezekiel. But either way, that's how I met him, was at an indie show. I saw him standing outside the venue with two tag team championships. I'm like, dude, other than myself, you're the only person here with belts. I gotta talk to you. We gotta become friends. We've been kicking it ever since. Regardless, let her cook phase. I know her comment was one of those. I've seen those before, and again, it's okay. If I say it's okay, it's okay. And then like she was coming in here being disrespectful, saying racist things to me or something like that. She's again an 8-year-old kid having fun. Appreciate the crew. Crewby, what up? How you doing, crew? Appreciate the compliment. Compliments, plural. Will I play any games tonight on the stream? I don't know yet, because it's going to be 11 o'clock when I jump off here. I got to be at work super early in the morning. I was falling asleep during the last quarter of the game, so, I mean, I almost didn't do this. But I'm like, nope, I got a reputation to keep up. I told people I was going to do a Q&A every Sunday, which y'all are supposed to be asking me questions. Guys, this is a Q&A episode. Ask me questions. What inspired, like FaZe, what inspired me to start streaming, and what's been the highlight so far? Another good question. What inspired me to be a streamer? My barber, of all the people, D Merritt, you know who you are. Derek Merritt, one of the best barbers out there. For like 2 years straight, this man in my ear telling me every haircut, every shape up, man, you need to be a YouTuber, man. You need to be doing your podcast about wrestling, man. You know what you're talking about. You'd be really good at it. Blah, 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 blah. And I was just stubborn, dragging my feet, and didn't do it. And then I finally did it. Here I am, almost 1,000 subscribers and 500 videos later, and I have him to thank for it. So that's what inspired me to be a YouTuber. The highlight of so far is probably meeting all you guys, getting to meet people from all over the world, keeping me company all these lonely nights here at this house. That's the highlight. But yeah, because I had just lost my job of 13 years. And I was all depressed and down. I lost my mom and my job within a few months apart. And I felt like my world was in shambles. My life was just in the can. And he kept on trying to encourage me. And that's when I finally did it. And I've been liking it ever since. At first it was weird. Like I told I call him my church mom and my church dad. Brett and Kathy. I told them earlier today when they took me out to lunch, like when I first started being a YouTuber, it was weird. It's like I was talking to myself. But now that I got you guys coming through, hanging out with me, it's not as awkward. Not as awkward. I still cringe at myself. That's gonna always be a thing, because I'm real self-conscious or whatever. What else? If they release GTA 6, am I gonna get it? No, Cold Slayer. I'm not. Is the Super Bowl over? Yeah. Seahawks for the win. I made a good joke. I made a good joke. A kid asked me if I play vanilla Minecraft, and I said no, I prefer chocolate. I don't get that joke. No. Do you have any thoughts of pushing other types of streams instead of WWE, or do you think you should stick to WWE? Another good question. That's why I'm doing Q&A episodes, is so I can have content for people who don't like wrestling. Because not everybody watches wrestling as much as I do or care at all for it. So that's why I walk at the park, showcasing my nature trail that I walk on every day, or talking about stuff other than wrestling, non-wrestling podcasts, so that people who don't watch wrestling jump on my podcast channel, they see something that they can relate to. But again, that's something, more moving parts. I don't know what I would talk about other than wrestling, because that's a real big passion of mine. So somebody said I should post the camera up in the kitchen and cook something one day. I mean, that's gonna be weird as AF, because again, my house is not in the best condition. But it's a thought, it's an option. Bro, you matter, bro. Your words help me get through. I appreciate that, crew. I'll try. You encourage me as well, all you guys. Me, Monday, try not to laugh. You said that before, Kruby. Watch videos, funny videos, and then try not to laugh at them. I think that would be a good idea if I was to have it where you can watch the video at the same time so you can see what I'm trying not to laugh at. But I don't understand how to do the split screen on YouTube yet. Again, I'm only less than a year into this thing. So I'm still learning. Every day I jump on this camera, I'm learning something new about YouTube and how to be a YouTuber. Have a deeper question from one Christian to another. Do you share any other beliefs like, for example, Islam or Hindu, etc.? Nope. 100% Christian. I know about those other religions like Catholics and Presbyterian. I know of them. I got a gist of what they're talking about, what they believe, what they don't believe, but it was instilled in me at an earlier age than what. Gotta remember, I've been watching wrestling since I was 2. Me being a Christian was instilled in me at an even earlier age than that. So those deep roots I can't stray from, and that's just how I am. It's how I'm raised. It's how I'm wired. Sorry your allergies are getting to you, Rowdy Razor. What? We got them both in the house at the same time. Rowdy Razor, Kruby, in the house, same time. The New Age Outlaws. What's an IGP? More questions, guys, and hit that like button. Appreciate it. What's one experience you've been through that has changed, shaped your view of life, how you move in life? Phases on fire with them. Experience that I've been through that has changed, shaped my view of life. I dare say my mom passing away. That's still a huge hit I had to take. She was my best friend, my only child. I'm a mama's boy. I'm not ashamed to say that. And yeah, people would always pick on me and say stuff in the live chat about how I'm living at home with my mama. Yeah, big whoop. What's it to you? I was living at home with my mama till the day she died. And I'm proud of that moment because I was there for that woman when she needed me the most during her last days. So yeah. And now she left me with this house and in a good place where I can afford things on my own without having to rely on a roommate. So I'm very grateful that I was able to have her for all those years of my life. Because some people, like, they move away from their parents at an early age or they lose their parents at an early age. God blessed me to have her for 43 years and to have that kind of relationship, that dynamic. Yeah. What's up, Laszlo? How you doing? Honestly, that makes sense, bro. How it should be, honestly. Trey mom passed away in 2021, and it gave me motivation to change the way I was living. I'm glad I can motivate you, Razor. I think it was 2023 though, because again, I've only been doing this for under a year, and I started doing this a few months after she passed away in July of 2024. I went live for the first time March 2025. And here it is almost March 2026 when I've been doing it for a whole year straight. My question is, how do you deal with all the haters? I had some haters on my stream. They saying quit and I'm doing better. You act like it doesn't hurt. It's tough, crew. I struggle with it all the time. I try to no sell the haters and act like they don't phase me, but deep down inside that does hurt. Sticks and stones may break your word. Sticks and stones may break some bones, but words will never hurt you is a lie. Those words do hurt. It's all about trying to develop that thick skin and try to like use their hate to motivate. Use their hate for good. Use that negative into a positive. Turn it around on them like I do. Give them a taste of their own medicine and troll them back like I do with my songs. That's how I deal with the haters. What's one advice you give your younger self knowing what you know now? Save your money. Even if it's just $1 a week, even if it's just like anything, pennies in a jar, and don't touch it till you're my age. That's the advice I'll give my younger self is to save your money, secure savings account somewhere to draw interest, make your money, make money. If I could go back and if my younger self would actually have listened to myself, Because I was always told as a kid growing up, money burns a hole in my pocket. Every time I get an allowance or whatever, I was quick to go to the candy store or quick to go buy WWE whatever instead of saving it. That's the advice I would give my younger self. Save your money. You'll be your future self will thank you. And that's why I tell all you guys 8, 9, 10 years old watching me, save your freaking money as best as you can. April Denise, welcome back. Ask me some questions. They got a bunch of good ones so far tonight. This is probably the best Q&A so far. Honestly, Kruger, you gotta realize people always gonna hate on people doing anything. You just gotta realize it's not personal. It's a them problem. They're bored and have no value in life. To piggyback off what FaZe said right there, people are gonna talk about you regardless if you're doing good or bad. So let it be something good and positive that you're doing to make them hate and talk on you instead of something bad and negative out there that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? People, I've learned it a long time ago. You could be on the highest of highs doing nothing but volunteer work in the community, giving back to charities, etc., etc., and people are still gonna find something to troll you on and try to berate you about. It's just a matter of making sure that whatever you're doing is in a positive light, something that's on the up and up. I'm piggybacking off what FaZe said right there. And yeah, I agree. Keep going. Don't listen to the haters. Crew, I'm telling you the same thing that I wish I could say that name. Code Neon the Bricks. Is that how you say your name? Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. Answer me some questions along the way. You got any Yu-Gi-Oh cards? No, I don't, but I do got some Pokemon cards, which I haven't touched in years. They're in there collecting dust. I'm more into Pokemon Go. Thanks for sharing your feelings about your mother. My mom depends on me most of my 3 siblings. I'm also very thankful for having my mom. Hug her, kiss her. Treat her like a queen. Do any and everything you can for that woman. That's another thing with me. My mom took care of me the first 18 plus years of my life that I couldn't even take care of myself. It was only right that I took care of her when she needed somebody the most, when nobody else was stepping up. It was just me and her in this house alone, unless the nurse came by. Because my family is like that. They didn't come out till she died, which is bull. Anyway, back to the comments. I feel like my mom hates me. She calls me and she says, "Wish I wasn't born. It hurts so much. It hurts." That's tough, crew. That's a tough situation. That's kind of like the dynamic I have with my dad, just in a different way. He just doesn't act like I exist at all. He doesn't say hateful or mean things to me. He just isn't present in my life like a normal father should be. Observing stuff. What up? How you doing? Welcome in. I knew you'd show up. What up, bro? But going back to crew, I want to say that's a tough situation. I want to say kill her with kindness. Don't stoop to her level. In spite of her treating you that way, treat her good anyway. I know it's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough thing to do, but somehow go the extra mile for her. If she asks you to mow the lawn and wash the dishes at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Make her change her feelings about you. Make her change the way she talks to you. And again, I'm just trying. I can't even begin to know what that feels like. Hit me with some questions, April. What is this? What's up? Can you do a meet and greet in Texas? I cannot do that, April Denise. The only time I was in Texas was for my layover when I came back from Vegas last year when I went to WrestleMania. And I was in the terminal at the airport the whole time. The thing is, would you rather be someone giving people a reason to talk or the people talking about others? Exactly. Amy, what up? How you doing? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. FaZe got a good point there. The thing is, going back to how people are going to talk about you regardless of if you're doing something good or not. The thing is, would you rather be someone giving people a reason to talk or the people talking about others? And I agree. I'd rather be the person giving them something to talk about. That's why I walk around with 4 big belts. That's why I take one into work every day with a loud theme song, do a wrestling pose when I walk through the building. You know what I'm saying? Give them something to talk about. That's something good and lighthearted, cheerful. Have a smackdown. What up, Joe Thacker? What do you mean have a smackdown? Oh yeah, your twin's here. That's right. Amy's your twin, FaZe. They hated Jesus, they'll hate on you too. Exactly. Observer Stuff said it best. I couldn't have said it better. Your worst habit and best quality. Good question, Amy. My worst habit. I don't even know if because in God's eyes this is a bad thing. That's why I'm gonna say this is my bad habit: lusting over women. But I can't help that I'm fascinated with the female form. It would be a problem if I was sitting here fascinated about men like that. But I like women. I like females. I like the opposite sex. So for me to be daydreaming about Blake Monroe, or when I go to the work, or, for example, I can't believe I'm saying this on camera. At work, my daytime job is at a hospital. Have y'all ever seen Animaniacs? Yakko, Wacko, and Dot? And then they got the nurse, and they always like, hello, nurse, going crazy for her. My brain, 15,000 times a day when I work in that hospital, is saying that to those 5 ladies in their scrubs. But I can't say it out loud, but I keep it upstairs. But yeah, that is probably my worst habit, is lusting for women. My best quality is probably like, what, dedication? Because like my track record with jobs, the first job I ever had, I worked 16 years at that job. I just finished working 13 years at the employer that fired me for caring more about my job than I cared, or care more about my mom than I care about job. 13 years at Starbucks, they fired me because I was there for my mom when she was literally dying instead of being there for the job. But anyway, worst habit, lusting for women. Best quality, dedication. Sorry to hear about your grandpa, Joe. What's my top 5 pet peeves? I hate liars. Pet peeve. That's a tough one too. Notice I came up with that first one real quick. I only got the 1 so far. 5 pet peeves. I want to say I can't call it. I have to get back to you on that one. That's a good question. 5 pet peeves. I gotta come back to that one. Would you ever want a dog? April Denise, I like dogs. I'm more of a cat person personally because they're lower maintenance. You don't have to walk them. You don't have to bathe them. They bathe themselves. They self-reliant, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, I don't want a pet. They're too much responsibility, so to speak. Especially working 3 jobs. I've been to come home and then I messed up the whole house after being gone for 14 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I have separation anxiety. If I had to put 2 or 3 different cats down because they got sick, and that's kind of emotionally messed me up. So I'd rather not have, not even a, I got digital pets, like those ones you got on your phone where you can feed them virtually. That's the only kind of pet I want. Not even a goldfish. I don't even want a goldfish at this point. I used to have gerbils and hamsters as a kid. I'm still thinking on that top 5 biggest pet peeves. I'm still marinating on that one, FaZe. If I don't answer tonight, ask me again. I'll let me sleep on that one. What other question? Wait, FaZe and Amy, the Trey Tag Team Champions. I'm weak. You named it after me. Dollface Scribble. My worst habit is negatively hating myself. Yeah, I'm my own worst critic. I dwell on things, and I used to be saying mean things to myself, like beating myself up about stuff. That used to be what I do, but try to get better at it. He wasn't saying nothing bad. Why'd you hide him? He was just asking if I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which I've answered earlier, and I said I don't. I just got Pokemon cards. Love the honest answer. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. Full transparency. You ask out. Long as it's not a weird question, I will answer it honestly and to the best of my ability. You do have a meaning, Kruby. We all do. We're all here for a reason. We might not understand what that reasoning is, but we're all here for God knows what reason, but we're all here for a reason. You're here so you can do that Finn impression. Hey, Dom, I'm Fiend. We're Judgment Day. Go get leave. Where's JD? Get some chicken tendies for Dom. You got at least that reason to be here, crew, if no other one. And your stop motion action figure stuff. I gave you 2 reasons why you should be here, crew. It'll be funny if the answer was bro. Facts. Now that Jonathan Zombie person, that person you should have blocked. Thank you for taking care of that for me, FaZe. That was inappropriate. Is there wrestling today? No, I was watching the Super Bowl. No wrestling today. That's tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw. Thanks for clocking them trolls for me. See how I'm like no selling these trolls, crew? I'm seeing my mods take care of it and me seeing the aftermath of me having good people surrounding me. That's another thing. Have good people around you. If you have anybody that's going to be stabbing you in the back or doing something malicious or whatever, get rid of them. Cut them out of your life completely. I've had to burn so many bridges over the years because those people were just either toxic or untrustworthy or just shouldn't be around me to begin with. That's why I don't mess around my family. They don't want to deal with me. I'm not going to deal with them. What's one thing that makes you wake up and gives you drive throughout the day? My mom. That's my goal every day I wake up and I'm still here, is to be the man she would have me to be and do the things she would have me to do. That's why I quit smoking weed. That's why I quit drinking alcohol. That's why I'm going to church every single Sunday. So I'm doing the things that she would want me to do. Trying to make her proud still to this day. That's what gets me up out of bed every day. Because I can sleep it off. I can go in there and sleep the whole day away, not jump on camera, not even leave the house. But I make myself get up out of that bed and do stuff because that's what she want me to do. If you ain't got 5, you don't need to answer them. Yeah, you can do a joke, April Denise, but I'm only going to be up here for like another minute. Hopefully I can get one more like to bring it to 10 before I leave. I hate people making excuses. Broken promises, that's one of my pet peeves. But that goes back to the lying part of it. Like, don't say you're going to do something unless you're 110% sure you're going to fulfill your end of the deal. Say, change your tone. Instead of saying, yeah, I got you, say, okay, I'll see about it. Or maybe, or I don't know, we'll see. Don't guarantee something if you can't stand on your promise. That's my biggest pet peeve. I don't have 5 pet peeves. It's just that one. No worries. I trust y'all judgments on blocking and hiding people. And no, I don't know what Beyblades is. That sounds familiar, but again, I'm not into that. We're all here for a short time, not a long time. Exactly, Amy. Might as well make the most of it while we're here. There's too much negative and hate in the world. We might as well be the opposite of that, you know what I'm saying? Have a whole week off next week from school, so I'll be doing some streams and maybe wrestling impression. Nice. Just have fun with it, crew. Honestly, we're so small in the sense of the universe, we might as well push ourselves to live a life of fulfillment whilst we still can instead of dwelling on things. Easier said than done, especially me, because I dwell on things. I'm dwelling on stuff that happened 30, 40 years ago still, festering in it. Like me almost dying from a fishbone getting lodged in my throat as a kid. Why I don't eat seafood to this day. I remember I was like, 6 or 7 years old, They were feeding me fish. One of the bones got stuck in my throat. I had to get rushed to the emergency room and have the doctors and everything remove it. Won't ever forget that moment of my life. I dwell on it to this day. I still don't eat seafood because of it. Even imitation crab meat. It could be something that doesn't have bones at all, guaranteed, and I'm still like, nah. And what's funny about that, I worked 16 years in a restaurant cooking everything under the sun, from clams to bass to tilapia, oysters, lobster, you name it, I cooked it, and I didn't eat none of it the whole time I worked there. You, Mont Dog, and J Hall are my favorite mods. I appreciate that, crew. I try, brother. And yeah, I'm proud to be a Mark. I said that last night on the stream. I ain't taking no offense to that comment by Dark Knight Returns. Who's your favorite mods, crew? Oh, he already told us. Me, J Hall, and Mont Dog. What's up with the belt? It's my favorite belt. That's why I'm wearing it. How you doing? Still here just drinking my slushy from Sonic. What flavor you got, April Denise? I'm asking you a question for a change. I was going to leave a minute ago, but I'm going to hang out a little bit longer just because I'm enjoying this convo, this session. Like I said, this is probably the best Q&A episode yet because y'all asked me a bunch of deep-rooted, heartfelt questions. There's a big market for wrestling belts. What's wrong with that? Let people enjoy what they enjoy. Exactly. Exactly. Well said, FaZe. All because he got a bunch of Batman action figures wherever he's at. He's probably got a Batman costume. Why I'm not picking on him for that. So why he coming in here getting on me about liking wrestling and having a belt? Anyway. Cherry. I like cherry limeade from Sonic. That's my favorite thing they got, April Denise. I can drink them every day and not get tired of it. Okay, last question. If you could change one thing in the world right now, whether it's I don't like talking politics, so I'm not going to keep it political at all. Or environmental, what would it be and why? I eliminate hate. The hate would not... If I had the option to make a difference, it would be no hate and no hunger in the world. Like, people who win the lottery, those trillions of dollars or whatever, they would have to give, like, you know, at least a portion of that back to the community that are struggling, back to the people who need it the most. The people who are homeless, the people who are hungry, the people who are actually out there. Not the homeless person that's going to go out there and buy beer with it or buy drugs with it, but the homeless people that genuinely want to make a better life for themselves. Help those people out. If I won $1 billion right now, I would donate half of it to charity. Because again, nothing's promised tomorrow today. You might win the lottery this day, and then next day, you gone. So the money gonna go back to the government, back to the system. Might as well give it to somebody who needs it more than, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, cancer would not be a thing if I could change that. Illness, sickness, all your different ailments, all your different dementia, all the different things like that, Parkinson's, none of that stuff would be exist. If I could make a difference in the world, that would be the kind of difference I would make. People wouldn't be hurting. People wouldn't be suffering. People wouldn't be dying from stuff. Yes, I do remember when J Hall was lit like that. Are you asking for me to play the song before I log off? That sounds like a foreshadow to me logging off. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? Now, I've thought of this one before, because again, growing up liking Superman, all the action figures and all the heroes like that, I don't know if I'd... Flight, so I ain't got to worry about being stuck in traffic. I just fly where I got to go and not have to get on a plane. That's probably the one that immediately comes to mind. Roman or Punk, Roman Reigns. How you doing, Robinson? Don't forget to hit that subscribe and that like button down there. Appreciate you. Your thoughts on Gunther retiring Jericho and being the new general manager of the EXT? Wait, Gunther might have retired. Wait, Oh, I think you might like this song, April Denise. I'll play it in a minute. I like that. You talking about healing powers like Wolverine? That'd be a cool one. Regenerating your, yeah, that's a good one. That's why it's hard to narrow it down to just one power. Just like it's hard to narrow down just one wrestler to be your favorite, or a Mount Rushmore, only 3 or 4 of them. Any more questions before I get off here? So the opposite of Rogue, you want to be able to heal others instead of take their energy. You want to be able to heal them with your energy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Gunther retires Jericho, then he become the new general manager at NXT. Not a bad idea. I mean, I don't want him to retire nobody else. I was gonna play a different song, April Denise, but I guess I could, cause all my devices are dying. I'd rather play "Come Along with Me," the Adventure Time song. So with that being said, like I said, I got to get up super early in the morning. I just wanted to come up here and spend a little bit of time. Since I'm a man of my word, I'm not the type to say I'm going to do something and not fall. I mean, okay, I'll take that back. Because sometimes I'll fall asleep before I go in there and play the game like I say I'm going to do. But 90% of the time, I come through with my word and do what I'm going to say. Unlike the schmuck that owes me $800 and still ain't come through to fix my porch or bring me my money back. But anyway. Me dwelling on stuff, remember? I dwell on stuff. 955 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Even the couple haters who like to jump in that live chat being weird, I appreciate y'all too, because trolls are helping me achieve my goals. But those of you who are kind, show up, show out, and support my channel, I got nothing but love for you, and I cannot thank you enough. There are almost 600 videos out there. Like them, comment on them, share them with your friends. Follow me on socials. All right, y'all. Until we meet again, God bless you all. Be good and be good at it. Peace. This song right here, April Denise.
Come along with me in the butterflies and bees. We can wander through the forest and do so as we please. Come along with me to a cliff under a tree, where we can gaze upon the water as an everlasting dream. All of my collections, I'll share them all with you. Maybe by next summer we won't have